Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to another Planet Zoo community showcase. And if you missed the last episode, this is a thing I've been doing over on Twitch for a long time now. Every weekend we do a community showcase, and if you're not already, make sure you head over to my Twitch channel, give me a follow. We do it every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Link to my channel is always in the description below. Also, if you have a blueprint or a zoo you would like us to show on the community showcase, make sure to join our Discord as well. The link to that is also in the description below. But okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. First up, we have this Condor cone-shaped building, which is what I like to call like an implied habitat because it's for an animal that does not exist in the game. The Condor, you can see that we got some fake ones here flying around. I think there's a couple other hanging around here as well, but I just thought this was like a really cool blueprint. And there's another guy on the rock there that, frankly, the design is like super unique. I don't think I've ever seen like just a cone-shaped building in the game, let alone a perfectly shaped cone building. I was talking about this in the last episode. Buildings that are perfectly symmetrical like this are just, they always blow my mind because sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do, but they did a fantastic job with this. And, you know, if you like to put some, you know, habitats in your zoo that maybe for some animals that aren't in the game yet, this would be a great addition. They even have a nice little nest up here. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some actual flying birds in the game. I would love to see that. So there you go. Make sure you check that out. That is Condor by AG Bobo 95. Next up, we have the Monkey Temple Habitat by Xivilor. Might be saying that right. But this is one that I think is like, I like these more realistic looking habitats. Things that I feel like you could see in a real zoo. Even though it does have this like nicely themed building in the background, the habitat itself is very, to me, very realistic. It'd be something I could see in a zoo, but it's got, you know, it's got everything you need. I'm pretty sure there's probably supposed to be some water here because I see some lilies. So we'll get a few. If I can't get it, well, there you go. Anyway. You get the idea there. So you got a nice little trench with the water there and got a nice little home for them to crawl around. Lots of climbing things. I love seeing the like climbing structures sort of mixed with like trees and things like that. Just adds to the kind of realistic look. And then this building as well is also very well themed. I don't feel like we see enough builds that use the East Asian theme. So happy to see this. It looks really good. And yeah, it's a nice little simple habitat, so make sure to check it out on the workshop. So next up we have the Zoo Theater here, and this one I didn't actually realize until I placed it down that this is actually just a shell, but that's actually really cool because if you're like me, we see these like modern builds pop up in the workshop, and to me, like, I just look at it and I'm blown away because I'm like, how do you think of something like that with just all the crazy different angles? I don't know if these people are like architects in real life, but I just see these and I'm, you know, like I said, I'm blown away by them. They're really, really good. But what I think is cool about this is if you do like modern architecture like this, but maybe you're like me, you don't know how to design it necessarily. Well, you can just take this building, it's just a shell, and then on the inside, you could do whatever you want. There's like so many possibilities. You could put a habitat in here. You could make it just like a little, like guest center. There's a lot you can do with it, and I think it's really cool. So if you need, like I said, just a really modern looking building and you want to deck out the interior however you want, make sure to get Zoo Theater. Now this one I'm going to totally butcher the name because I'm just terrible at pronouncing names, but I want to say it's like Voliere. But this is a really nice, just simple little habitat. Again, using the a lot of the Australia Pack DLC, which I also was talking about in the last episode, how I didn't really get to utilize it as much as I wanted to when it came out. So I always just love when I see that pack getting used because it has so many great pieces. And yeah, it's just super cool. But what I like about it, one, is this out here, which kind of looks like a boomerang to me. I assume that's intentional, but it looks like a boomerang. And then you walk in. The only thing you would have to do when you place this is place down the barriers, which shouldn't be too difficult. You just place them in each section right here. But I really like the, you could use the null barrier because they have these custom fences here with the rope pieces and the girders, which looks really good. I also like this here with the ropes kind of coming together and holding everything. But yeah, it's a really nice build. I have a really kind of like, this piece is like kind of interesting. It doesn't really fit with the theme, but it kind of does. Like, I don't know, I like it. But yeah, it's a really nice habitat. Again, I like when I see Australia Pack get used because it's a really great pack. Next up is the Fachwerkhaus, and this one is really cool because it's got that like really heavy, at least to me, kind of, it reminds me of like something you'd see like around in Germany and that kind of thing. I've said this before, I'm not an architect, so if there's like an actual name for this design, I apologize because I don't know, but I just really like the design of this building, the use of the colors and the wood. This would make like an excellent either entrance to the zoo or entrance to like just like an area of the zoo. But I mean, we gotta appreciate like all of this, all these little details. These are all individual wood planks that they placed. So that took some time. The use of the color yellow here, like it matches perfectly with the wood. Also with the mix of the stone in there. So you got the wood, you got the stone. It's really cool. I love the ivy growing on the sides, and it's completely themed all the way around. So a very cool build. I love the little custom chimney there, using the faux rocks from the aquatic pack. Yeah, it's a great build, and this one I believe has some good lighting to it. Yeah, check that out, looking good. I always like to make sure we check out the lighting on any builds because the lighting in this game is so good, and if somebody actually takes the time with their build to show off the lighting in this game, I always like to make sure we showcase that as well. And actually, I forgot this modern build over here. They did a great job with the lighting on the edges there. Really makes it look sharp. I like it. This next one maybe has the best name for a blueprint I've ever seen. It's just called Cute Little House on a Wagon. It's like the best name. You couldn't have named this anything else, but this has just got like a great kind of like fantasy kind of theme to it, and it would make a great centerpiece for anywhere in your zoo, really. Maybe like if you have like a little whimsical kids area, I think this would fit in there really well. But I like everything about this is custom, like the roof pieces there, and like the little chimneys, the door and the door frame, all of that is custom. So really appreciate the thought that went into this, but also just the time it would have taken to build it. Like the staircase here coming off the wagon, all custom. Very well done. Super cool build. Even the seat there, using the rope pieces from the South America pack. Very clever. So yeah, if you have like a little whimsical area of your zoo, I think this would make a perfect addition. Speaking of centerpieces, we have this bear centerpiece, which I just thought was a really, really cool use of, they used a bunch of different rock types, which I like to see, and they use them really, really well here. But what I like is, I like how all the bear statues are kind of like playful looking. This guy's walking up. This guy's kind of like thinking about climbing up the tree, and this guy already got up on the tree, and they're just a bunch of bears having a good time. But this is just a great little, again, like a centerpiece for maybe the entrance plaza of your zoo, or if you maybe have like a North American themed section of your zoo, I think this would fit there very well. So yeah, make sure to check this one out on the workshop. So next on our list, I said this during the live stream, I don't know what kind of zoo this would really fit, but as soon as I saw it in the workshop, I was like, oh man, I have to look at this one, because one, I'm a massive Star Wars fan, but they did just such an awesome job on this build. It's totally worth a look. This is the Star Wars ATAT. If you don't know, ATAT stands for All-Terrain Armored Transport, and this is what the Empire would use to transport stormtroopers around. But again, this is like, I don't know where you would use this in a zoo. Maybe you have a Star Wars themed zoo, I don't know. I would love to see that if you do. But just the amount of details, like the legs, they look exactly like they do in the movie, down to like all the hinges and the feet and all of that. Like even the head is really good with like the laser guns and the little viewport there. Absolutely fantastic. Even down to like the little studs that, you know, hold all the armor pieces together. Like very, very cool. And as a massive Star Wars fan, I really, really appreciate this build. Next is the Aquarium Fish and Tank Expo, and this is a cool building because it's kind of like an all-in-one. It's got everything you need, but there's a lot of custom stuff to this because, as you may or may not know, Planet Zoo doesn't currently have aquariums. So this is the whole building is an implied exhibit or aquarium, whatever you want to call it, but they did some really great work here. I love the blue color they got there, but then like the custom like fish and the big old octopus at the top there. Very, very cool and well done. I like they even did, once we get inside, they even did like the vents and everything, and I like how this one kind of like cuts outside of the building a little bit, because you definitely see that sometimes in buildings, right? But yeah, we walk in, and so this would require you to place glass barriers around, like right here. Like these are all supposed to be tanks, so you'd want to place a glass barrier around here, fill it with water. Definitely will help with the illusion. Same with all of these around here, but I love the piranha tank here, and like the little custom-made piranha fishies, and it's just really, really cool. Lots of detail. The building itself is very well designed with the ceiling. Got custom flooring. Here we've got a nice tropical fish aquarium. And what I like about this is it looks really good at nighttime. The lighting here is super good. And honestly, I think this is the best way to look at it, because I feel like aquariums are always kind of dark a little bit, right? So they definitely nailed the look of it. We do have some exhibits here. And of course, the exhibits are always nice to add because they have so much detail on the interiors of them. But then we move around. We've got the wall here, which is very similar to the wall on the outside with that really sharp blue color. I like the jellyfish here, and like the big old octopus with the lights. And then they did a good job with this little jellyfish aquarium. I think this looks really cool. I like it so much. I actually thought about doing an aquarium, actually in my last zoo, Wildlife World, but also my current zoo, Aurora Zoo, because I just think the idea is really neat. But I've always held off because I was like, well, what if Frontier releases an aquarium DLC and I have this big fake one? I don't know if I'd be able to easily convert it to a real one, and so I just like keep putting it off, but you know, if you're maybe in the same boat, you don't have to worry about it because this one's already built. You can just place it right in your zoo. So the last blueprint in the showcase today is the Hippodome here by Smithster86, and this is a really nice blueprint because I love domes, because I think kind of similar to what we were talking about earlier with the cone here, when things are like symmetrical like that, I'm always really impressed because it's not always the easiest thing to do. But they did a great job with the, I love just the simple little sign there with the rock work and like the little pond in the front here. You can see like clearly where the paths are supposed to go, so that makes it easy to place. The front here is really well done because again, it's like it's not a shape that you can easily do in the game. It requires kind of some more advanced building techniques, so always happy to see stuff like that. But then you have like a really nice viewing area here with some custom information boards and signage. I like that one right there a lot. And then so you have the path is supposed to kind of loop around up this way, and then the guests could get a nice overhead view of the hippos. So you got a nice view there, and then you have the same thing over here in this dome as well. So you just need to place another path that comes up here. I like the they made some custom supports for the path, so very, very well done. I like that they had the forethought to add some custom supports there. Just really adds to the level of detail in this blueprint. And then the habitat is good as well. Lots of, if you know the hippos, they need almost equal amounts of water and terrain. So they nailed this really good. They've got lots of walking space, but then they've got several different pools around here that they can go swimming in. So I think the hippos would be really happy in this habitat. Got everything they need. All right, and if you watched the last episode, you'll know that whenever we do these showcases, I always like to end with either like a full zoo or a starter zoo, or maybe like a blank map that somebody has already like terraformed and everything. Well, today we have a full zoo, but what's cool about this is it's like a mini zoo, but the entire thing is indoors. How cool is that? There is like one or two small sections that are outdoors, but otherwise it's an entire zoo, you guys, that's indoors. And wait till you see when we get inside, because looking at the outside of this building, which by the way, the exterior is very well done. It looks like a real building with all the added details on the top, but you won't even believe when we get inside, like the amount of detail that went into this and how absolutely massive it is. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and walk on in. I love the custom entrance here and like the little turnstiles looking very good. And right off the bat, you got like a nice little indoor plaza area. You got reception over there. Lots of signage to let you know where everything is. They even made a custom little map, which I was saying this during the live stream. I don't think I've ever seen like I've seen people make custom maps, like actual images like from Photoshop, but I don't ever think I've seen it in game like this. So that's really cool. They have like all the paths to let you know where to go. I like the little kind of like Rainforest cafe here. Very well detailed. I like they use the clipboards, which I kind of am assuming they're meant to be like menu boards. And then we have a very nice little gift shop over here. I like they use these custom plushies and gave credit to the creator of those plushies, Keyboard Keeper. So make sure to check out their workshop as well. But yeah, looks great. It looks like a real gift shop. Totally looks like a real gift shop. All right, so we're gonna go into the exhibits door. I really like this because they did such a good job. One of my favorite things about this build is the way that they built everything to look like it's all part of the building. So we have like the exhibits here, which they did in such a way it looks like one big exhibit, but that's two of them. And the way that they cleverly hid all the pieces behind like the faux rocks and the glass pieces there, even created the custom signage down there, like information boards. I love this because this looks like my zoo, my local zoo, with the way the exhibits are built into the walls like this. It looks very realistic to me. Like I love it when you can't see the actual like square exhibit piece. Such a good job. And then we're gonna walk in. We're gonna go over to the Americas and check this out. So we're in the big giant dome that we saw from the outside, and just look at the level of detail already. And you can see how big the dome is. Like it definitely, like it just looks like it's really high up in the sky. But such a good job with like the sight lines and everything, and the way that everything is just really expertly hidden. Made use of like lots of like custom railings and fences there along the ground here. Also, the path completely covered with faux rock pieces. They did such a good job with that. And we head up over here. So we have our first habitat, and also looks very well done. Everything, you guys know me, how much I love foliage and rock work, and man, they just loaded up this whole place with both of those things. Again, here's some more custom fencing here. Nice little fountain to the right there. I mean, there's just so much to look at. I love this little custom building right here. Here's some more exhibits with like more custom walls made. And all of these are the faux rocks that came with the aquatic pack. So, you know, this build is not that old. So the amount of time it had to take to build all of this is just incredible. The way they were able to get it done. Here we have a really nice otter habitat. So you can either watch them from down here, or I think there might be an area back here you can watch them. Yeah, so you have like a small little viewing area over here if you'd like, but it's so cool, you guys. Again, I love the use of the ropes there. We have a nice little tortoise habitat, looking really good. Let's see, let's head back around, I think this way. Here we have a really nice like little capuchin monkey habitat. Love the waterfall there and like the little rock pieces. The monkeys seem to like it. They're running around, they're being crazy like they do. And if we head out this way, so this is the jaguar habitat. So this is the one of the few outdoor areas, but this is very well done, and they have a black jaguar as well. But this just, oh, this is just so good. The amount of detail that they use to build this whole thing is just, it's incredible. Here again with like the custom like rope fences here, and the vines going across. All right, so we're back into the main area. Now we're gonna go into one of the other domes, which is the Africa section. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm absolutely blown away by the level of detail in this build. Because just like looking at like these walls, this is all custom. Like, they use the faux rocks for all of this. So the amount of time, and like even the path, every single path has these custom floors with the rock pieces. It's so well done. Here we have a nice little Nile monitor habitat. Love the Nile monitors. And then we're in another dome, and again, there's so much to look at. There's so much around here. We've got lemurs over here. Here we've got some pygmy hippos. Oh, they're rolling around in the mud. They're having a good old time. And another cool thing is, like, not only is there just an insane amount of detail, but it's not flat either. Like, it's got a bunch of different levels. You know, so we've got like path down there with the habitat, and then this path comes up this way. And I think if we go this way, so here's another dome. This is the Asia section. And it's just, I don't know, you guys. Tell me what you think in the comments, because a lot of times I'm looking around and I'm just like, I'm kind of at a loss because there's so much detail here. It's so good. And honestly, like, I don't even think I could really do this build the justice it deserves. You definitely need to grab this from the workshop yourself and really just like go explore the whole thing. Because like when you look at this, all of this is perfectly encased in this dome. And it's not just like, you know, it's not just like a simple dome. Like, it's actually like, it looks like it's part of the building, and it's so well done. So well done. I absolutely love it. Again, that's the Rainforest Domes. It's by Soren. Go check it out. Grab it from the workshop. The links to everything we show in these episodes will always be in the description below. And yeah, that is our showcase for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, make sure to head over to my Twitch channel if you want to watch these live. Also, make sure to join us on Discord if you have a blueprint you would like shown during the community showcase. So, as always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.